My name is Rachel Garrity. I'm a sport and event management major with a minor in Jewish studies. When I came to Elon, I wanted nothing to do with religious life, and I didn't even know, I think, that there was an academic side to religious life. And I kind of on a whim decided to take Jewish traditions and ended up really liking it. I enjoyed learning kind of the background of my faith in an academic context instead of a religious context, and found myself troubled actually with a lot of what I was learning, just because it wasn't, we started in ancient Judaism, and that's very different than what Judaism looks like today. And so I found myself struggling with kind of the ancient and archaic views of certain things, especially women. That's kind of what drew me into pursuing a Jewish studies minor, because I had always seen Judaism as a very open and inclusive tradition, and learning that it hadn't always been that way was really tough for me. But then through the minor, learning how people have kind of reinterpreted that in modern times has been awesome. In other classes, like my Jewish ethics class, I actually did my final research paper on the views of abortion in Judaism. Being able to see even the most conservative Jewish leaders and their views on a woman's right to choose was really encouraging for me, I think. And it was great to be able to see a lot of different sides of the issue and see a Jewish take. I participated in the Mahone Kaplan internship program with the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism in Washington, D.C. after my sophomore year. And through that program, I think there were about 40 interns, and we were all placed in different organizations around DC, social justice based. And I chose to be placed with Jewish Women International, which one of its main goals is to combat domestic violence and violence against women. And so being involved in that organization, interning with them, and with the Religious Action Center was really awesome, and it kind of fostered even more my love for Judaism and gave me even more hope for Judaism's future in terms of feminism and just men and women being created equally. And it also showed me how passionate Jewish people especially are about social justice, because there were 40 college-age kids just like myself in so many different areas of social justice in DC, and that was really awesome to see. I think the biggest thing, my biggest takeaway from being a Jewish studies minor, it kind of always pops into my head whenever I talk about this stuff, is the phrase, "it depends." Pretty much any question in Jewish studies can be answered with that. But it's really, to me, that's one of the best things about Judaism, is that it can be your own, but you can also be part of a community. And all of the different voices and different opinions that come into this tradition, and just the diversity within it. But I think just being open to a different kind of learning, I think, than is really typical in America even, because I think a lot of the time it's very black and white, depending on the discipline, but Jewish studies is a great way to explore a lot of different opinions and context and histories, and I think it's really strengthened my Judaism, which is, I think it could have easily gone the other way, because studying academically a religious tradition they can run counter to each other a lot of the time. But for me, it really solidified my Judaism and helped me feel more at home at Elon, I think.